Cannabis consumption is increasingly prevalent in the U.S. Half of American adults have at least tried pot, and some polls suggest up to 40% use it on a weekly basis. Edible sales, in particular, have exploded as people seek a buzz and a tiny treat. What's the most popular weed edible in the country? According to a recent MJ Biz Daily analysis, Wild, got it right, leads the edibles market. The Oregon-based gummy brand offers a wide variety of flavors and formulations, with SKUs for seemingly every experience. Wild cannabis gummies are available in 15 states, while the company's hemp-derived line is sold in 27 states. There are several theories as to why Wild is such a dominant force, one of which clearly is market penetration. According to the analysis, Wild has an average of 37 products available in each market it has entered. The company has already sold close to 17 million packs of gummies this year alone. Price is another big factor in the brand's dominance. The average cost of a Wild product is up to 25% less than the average competitors. In a time when consumers are more budget conscious than ever, savings are likely a considerable motivator. Other popular edible brands in the analysis include Betty's Eddies, Gran, Wana, Kiva, and Incredibles. New Frontier data claim gummies specifically outpace sales of other types of edibles, accounting for a staggering 84% of the category. Roughly 70% of canna-curious individuals say they'd take an edible for their first weed experience. And while gummies reign supreme, another familiar product is making headway. Cannabis drinks are becoming more popular, especially in newer markets or places where hemp is prevalent. Currently, beverages account for roughly 6% of edibles market share, a number expected to increase. The most popular weed drink in America is Keef Cola. The competition from brands like Can and Cheech and Chong could shake up the leaderboard sooner than later. The edible space continues to grow as more states come online and curiosity around cannabis climbs, and despite concerns about sugar intake, gummies remain a dominant force thanks to their convenience, ease of use, and familiar flavor. As the marketplace evolves, a true smorgasbord of cannabis food and drink will surely emerge. So what do you guys think? Do you guys fuck with the Wild gummies? I'm very, very curious. They do have some really cool flavors and formulations, different than other ones, like all the weird boysenberries or whatever they've got. Their packaging is cute. What do you guys think of the brand?
I think that I'm glad I guessed right. But I also think I've been in retail long enough and looking at retail data long enough that I probably had like an unfair advantage. But yeah, no, they do a really good job with ratio products, right? So if you're looking for a sleep product, you have a THC plus CBN, or you have a THC plus CBN plus CBD, or you have a THC plus CBN plus CBG plus CBD. Like there are a lot of different, like Huckleberry, I think is one of the nighttime ones. Boysenberry is one of the nighttime ones. They have a lot of different options for people, and they can understand it. They package it and they market it in a way that people get.
They have some straight CBD ones too, and a lot of people really like because a lot of their different flavors are ratio based also.
I think I know they did a great job on the marketing, event marketing side. They marketed, they sponsored the shit out of all my events pre-COVID. I'm going deep into the California market, so I admittedly haven't had any of their shit since pre-COVID, so I couldn't speak to their new stuff. But back then it was pretty good.
They're yummy.
Yeah,
I'll give them that.
Yeah, have you ever tried them?
Space Gem, but
1-to-1 THC CBD is something that works well for me for sleep. And they're consistent products, and they're relatively inexpensive. I mean, relatively. They're still expensive, but relatively inexpensive. And they have a significant market share out here because they do have these ratios that people can reasonably understand. You can actually get a bud tender to explain some of this to you, and it makes sense.
And the bud tender will understand it because they can literally read it off the packaging, which I think is why when I say that we're doing a bad job of marketing to people because we're doing a bad job of educating, this is where they're winning.
Mm-hmm. And why they're winning.
Was Wana in number one spot?
Wana used to be number one, yeah.
Before Mary bounced.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was
and
Nancy.
Wana got a very, very, very large head start because they started in Colorado in the early days, right? Most everything edible-wise on the Colorado market initially was from Wana. So they had plenty of time, and that's when you can't get comfortable. People slip up under you and...
I will say.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nancy. Nancy actually watches our show. Nancy's the homie.
I will say. I will say too, Rico, that Wild, they started off in Oregon, and I think as soon as they started off, they were immediately the number one gummy consistently in Oregon ever since the jump.
Yeah, one is still the top Colorado, the hometown.
Yeah, that's the hometown hero, right?
Big shout out to Nancy Whitehead.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Incredibles? Is that correct? The other one?
Yeah, Incredibles. That's GTI's edible. We've also seen on the list that Gron making a lot of headway too. And I really want to give a shout out to Gron's marketing team. I posted it in my story. Their Halloween press kit was adorable. It was like a scary movie package with recommendations. Big scary gummy, which I will not be eating, but I gave to my husband. I enjoyed the non-infused popcorn. Nice treat. Shout out Gron for getting this Halloween.
Can you video Curdy when he eats that giant scary edible for us? Like, kind of like when they're coming back with the kids from the wisdom teeth removal and they're still on the anesthesia.
Drool on their cheek.
I just want to see.
I would love to.
Oh boy. Well,
is there anywhere in the U.S. that left in the legal states that does not cap the THC amount in edibles?
No, and thank God, because listen, I remember the 1,000 milligram Incredibles, and I never should have ever in the history of everdom, but I did.
Well, I will say this. I will say this about Incredibles. I did see a story recently that came out that they're going to be in the New York market, and they're doing a collab with Magnolia's Bakery, you guys.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, so congratulations to them on that. And on that, we're going to go to a commercial, and we're going to be right back.